Hello, everyone, and welcome to the JLR Podcast Network. It is time for another episode of Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars Walkthrough and Review. It is episode 8. I wasn't around the house during the weekend, so I didn't play for at least 3-4 days there. Yeah, but I'm back, so let's get it on. Let's continue with the Broken Sword's The Shadow of the Templars walkthrough and review. The same as usual, the quick review. For those who haven't been paying attention, I don't know why you would want to start watching this video. Like, it's like the 8th video. Why wouldn't you want to watch all the other prior videos? Why would you want to just walk into a story without knowing nothing? I don't know, but if you did so, then let's do the quick review. So you play a young American, George Stobart, from California. He's traveling in Paris at the end of the millennium, it's late 90s, and it's during the fall, and he's at a cafe in Paris, and there's an explosion. A clown showed up with an accordion, not a harmonica, an accordion. Wow, that took some time. Never mind. Silly start. Why not? I'm a silly person. Hey, anyways, he blew up the cafe with his bomb accordion, and then before that, he stole a briefcase from a guy named Planter. And you think George Stobart was like pissed off, and he's like, "I'm gonna get this clown who almost tried to kill me." He teams up with a freelance photojournalist. Never mind. I'm a cookie, and out of it. Never mind. Okay, I should sleep more. Right, review. Freelance photojournalist Nico Collard, a local girl in Paris, I suppose. And they team up, and what seemed like it was just a normal murder case. Well, not really normal. The guy was dressed as a clown and had an accordion that blew up. So that's not really that normal. But it became a much more, what should I say? It took a left turn, right? It became a much more complicated situation when they found a manuscript at the killer's hotel, and it was a medieval manuscript about the Knights Templars. They have been trying to find out what this manuscript is all about, which has led them to go to Ireland and find a gem there. And then they went to, there was a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, which is a place that we went to last time. And there was also a tripod at a crew museum that we had picked up. Then we found out there's a guy called Jacques Marquet who was supposed to pick up the gem, but he was killed by a bogus doctor. And then, we got the tripod when Guido and Flav were trying to steal it. And then we found we've been working with André Lapin, who's just been this really, really obnoxious historian, I suppose. And he went to Nico's place and looked at the manuscript, and he gave us information about the knight in the manuscript. That was in our last episode. We went to Spain because he told us he was from the Devasco Chalice. Devasco. I'm going to butcher the name. Never mind. He's from Spain, so we went to where he was. Devasco Chalice. Yes, I do not pronounce things very well. Devasconcelos. That's the one. So all along, this knight in the manuscript is Spanish, and we go to where his family is originated from, and we found the countess there, and she's all by herself. Oh, well, there's the gardener who didn't want us to let us in to talk. And then we find out there, like we've been talking about the Templars, we found out that she had a medieval old chess. Yeah, she had a chess set, basically, and from the that is as old as the Templars, white and red as well, same colors and everything. And what we found out at the mausoleum in her large estate there is like a chessboard on the altar And then George figured out it was meant for the pieces from her chess piece, and she was like, oh, I never realized, which is really peculiar that no one would have put those two together, but George is the one who figured it out. And then what happened was there is one spot where there was in the mausoleum there are 5 knights. The 6th one is missing because he never returned. He was trying to look for his children that went missing, and he thought someone had someone took them away. So he rode out into the night to say, I swear I will never come back until I find the children, and he never came back. But there was a puzzle on this chessboard that we'd use the chess sets with. Then what happened was it opened up this kind of a weird door in the wall that had a chalice in it. Like George thought it was a holy grail, but it was a Devascon chalice. The chalice. And so we got that, and then we went back to Paris, and we finally decided, like, okay, we need to check out Montfaucon that Lapino had talked about. And we went there, and there was a juggler there, and there was another cafe, and there was a gendarme there at the cafe, and then there was a manhole, which is still just disgusting to say. Manhole. A manhole cover, basically. And it was like, hey, we've opened up a manhole cover before, we've gone to the sewers before, why not just do it there? But the gendarme was like, hey, what are you doing? So we had to get rid of him, and we had to get rid of the juggler, and we were able to, perform the juggling act with the clown nose to and once we did that, everyone applauded, and the juggler got mad, he went away, and the gendarme went away. So we went down the sewers, and inside the sewers it was really medieval looking stuff. There was this kind of hollow wall that George broke through, and he saw a bunch of cocks and levers. He pulled on it, and there was a secret door opening, but it was not able to open all the way, so we had to kind of like rip it off with the hook that was connected to a boat. And then once that was he was able to get inside, George saw the conspiracy. Basically what happens is George observed a meeting between the Templars. Exactly. Neo-Templars. They still exist, the Templars, but now they're like these really, important people in big governments and big businesses and stuff like that. And all these guys, Plantard, the other 2 guys who were killed by the Japanese guy and the Italian, I forgot their names. It was Yamada and the Italian. Anyways, all those 3 guys, they must have all been part of the Templars. And the guy from Hotel Upu that we talked to from the unpronounceable European state, he was there as well. So, and they're talking about stuff it was all over the place, but basically they're looking for the broken sword, the sword of Baphomet that will lead them back to power, basically. All the old governments are failing, and they're saying our time is now, we need the sword before we can start the new world order. So they are serious like that. Yeah, new world order and everything, and then there's this powerful sword somewhere, sword of Baphomet. But what they didn't realize when they left the meeting, George went to the floor where they were at, and there was this rock in the middle, the stone in the middle, that stone pillar which had 3 holes in it, which we could put the tripod on, and then put the gem on, and then the gem, the natural light that went through the gem, spelled out the word M-A-R-I-B, Marib. George tells Nico that. Nico says, Marib is a village in Syria. We've been hearing about Syria all the time. Klausner is a guy who went to Syria on a wild goose chase. He's supposed to be looking for lands there and and also looking for more information about this Baphomet, this sword of Baphomet. So now we have the name of a place in Syria. We know there's a guy named Klausner going to Syria looking for a lens, looking for more information about the sword of Baphomet. So what happens now? Isn't it obvious? We're going to Syria. So let's restore. By the way, last time we did this, I did say that in the director's cut version, you're no longer able to go to Spain before you go to Marib. So we're doing in the original version, you could kind of choose between. You don't necessarily have to do Marib first, and you don't necessarily have to do Spain first. But which is the first time I played this game, I went to Spain before I went to Marib, because Montfaucon, that puzzle at Montfaucon really bothered me. You know, I was really stuck on it. But yeah, in the director's cut, you go first to Marib before you go to Villa de Vasconcelos. See, Vasconcelos. All right, so now let's go to Marib. Oh, and here we are. We're already in some village here. You can see the buildings. They definitely look Middle Eastern. There is a small boy here. Who's this?
The stand was being watched by a young boy, maybe 12 years old.
It's a 12-year-old boy here. There's a cat on his stand here.
The cat was an ugly brute who looked like he owned the joint.
Ugh. What happens when we touch the cat? Oh, he got pissed off and he went up the shelf here in the stand. What's this?
An old executive toy and a cheap plaster statuette. There didn't seem much helpful around here.
Please. Okay. Cheap plaster statuette. Okay. There's this boy here, so we'll talk to him.
Hey there, young fella. Speak you the English? Speak you the Anglais? Parlez-vous anglais?
Yes, si, and indeed oui, and rather better than you by the sound of it. My name is Nijo. Welcome to my grand emporium of quality merchandise.
And he showed us the stand. Okay, so this is a well-spoken boy. He seemed to made fun of George for speaking like a idiot there at the beginning. So ask something about the stand.
So, this is your stand?
Oh, yes, sir. Though stand does not begin to do it justice. The finest in this bustling metropolis.
This is a bustling metropolis?
Well, not per se, no.
Not per se. We can still ask about the stand.
How much are those books there on the shelf?
Have you any Syrian pounds?
I think I might have a couple of Irish pund.
Then they're too expensive for you, sir.
He's not going to take our Irish currency. So we ask about him?
You speak very good English.
Thank you, sir. I learned from tapes that my uncle procured.
Oh, a language course.
No, sir. Jeeves and Wooster. Gussie, Fink, Noto, Aunt Agatha. What ho?
I'm a little bit worried. Do you hear the music? Even though I've turned down the volume so many times, this one really sounds loud. This soundtrack. I don't know. Is this a sound effect, or I'll just... Right after this conversation, I need to turn down the volume. It's pretty loud. The cat. Shall we ask about the cat?
That's not a very friendly cat you got there, Nijo.
No, sir. It is a very unfriendly cat.
Why do you keep it?
Oh, it's not mine. It just rests where it pleases. And today it pleases to rest there. As Kipling would say, it is a cat that walks by itself.
Fiercely independent.
And it smells.
What kind of a cat is that? Anyways, so let's ask about the Templars.
Does the word Templar mean anything to you?
Templar. 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 Why, yes, of course.
It does?
Yes. A splendid series of books by Mr. Leslie Chatteris, featuring the roguish Mr. Simon Templar.
Great. That's a real help, Nijo. Anything else?
The Saint television program featuring Mr. Roger Moore of the quizzical eyebrow and a stick man with a halo. Bing!
So he knows more about Roger Moore, the Saint, than the actual Knights Templars.
So all Templar means to you is Roger Moore.
I only watched it for the stick man with the halo. Bing! He was better animated.
The stickman with a halo. I remember seeing some of the old Saint. There was also a film with Val Kilmer in it. Was it good? I can't remember. It's such a long time ago. Let's ask him more about the
So,
film.
I'm correct in saying that the word Templar doesn't mean much to you.
Well, there was the Order of Knights who were wiped out in an Inquisition in 1312, I suppose.
That's them. What else do you know?
Just how much information do you think there is on a Trivial Pursuit card?
What?
From the medieval edition. We had it on the stand a couple of years ago. Ask me what a feuter is. Go on, I know all this stuff.
Never mind.
You got a lot of information from Trivial Pursuit. Actually, I did that as well. I used to just read the cards by myself. Let's ask about the knight in the manuscripts.
Okay, forget about the Templars for a minute. What do you know about knights?
Like the Crusaders, they came to the East on an insane and pointless mission. They sacrificed thousands of lives, including their own, for insensate pride. How anyone can find them romantic confounds me.
You're not alone there. But, okay, I don't think there's anything about... we can show him a picture of Khan. Khan is Syrian, so we might be somewhere where he lives, close by.
Have you seen this man before?
No, sir, I'm glad to say. Cold eyes.
Cold eyes, but he's never seen him. Does he know the name?
Do you know the name Merlin?
I'm afraid not, old bean.
He's calling us old bean? What the hell? So show him the chalice.
What do you think of this?
Excellent workmanship. 12th or 13th century.
Jesus.
I wish I had things like that for sale.
Well, sorry, we can't part away from it. All right.
So long, Nijo.
Toodle pip, sir.
So long, Nijo, and this is what I have to do now. Volume. Sound effect or music. Bum bum. Bum bum. It's just I don't know why it's so loud. Speeds up. Let's put speeds up. A lot of speeds, low music, and low sound effect. This should work, right? For the love of God. Yeah. What's this on the table here?
It was the sort of bell you see in hotel receptions. Kind of unexpected here.
If you push the bell, what happens? What happens then? Some man came out of the door, but then he didn't say anything after that. So we...
Nejo was still by the stand and still looking bored.
Yeah, so we asked him about the man who just came out?
Hi, Nijo.
Hello again, sir. And how may I help you this time?
Is that your father lurking in the back of the stand?
He is indeed. A roaring fellow. Ayub's his name.
You don't sound like you respect him very much.
Don't I? Not only do I respect him, I rather like him. For all his bluster, we get on very well.
All right. Okay. That was not... But...
See you around, Nijo.
Ta-ta for now, sir.
Ta-ta for now. There's something that has to be done here with the cat and with the bell. Because if you touch the cat, he goes up here in this shelf, and if you touch the bell, the father comes out. So there's some commotion that should happen here. Although I'm not sure what it is. But anyways, so we walk around. We have some lady. Who's this?
How did this guy make a living selling useless old machine parts in the middle of nowhere?
And who's this?
It was a guess, but I figured the woman to be an American tourist.
So there's
Just call me Sherlock.
So he thinks it's American tourist. Then there's this guy here walking around.
Embarrassed as I am to admit it, you can spot an American tourist a mile off.
Okay, so we're dealing with a couple of American tourists. Shall we talk to the guy?
Hi, I was wondering whether you could help me.
The music is still... Jesus. We're just gonna have to
Why, sure,
go with
son. Always got time for a fellow American. The name's Henderson. Dwayne Henderson.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Henderson.
Hell, boy. I'm not in the office. Call me Dwayne.
Oh, okay. Dwayne? My name's George Stobart.
So this is what? Is this the first American that we meet in this game? Yeah, because we have not many. We've only met French people and some foreigners in Paris, in Ireland. They were all Irish. In Spain, all Spanish. Yeah, this is the first American that George meets in this game. So let's ask about the American. Who is he?
You're
Dwayne.
a long way from home, Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Could say the same about you, George.
Me? Well, I'm just sightseeing, that's all.
Without a camera, kinda lags to come all this way. Not take pictures. Mind if I take a picture of you, George?
What? Why? Ow! You could have
He
warned
took
me.
a picture of.
You don't mind, do you, George? The folks back home will be real interested.
He just took a picture of George without really asking. He just, do you mind me taking a picture? And he didn't really get a yes there. But let's ask Dwayne about something else.
What exactly do you do, Dwayne?
Didn't I say? Oh, I run a greeting card company. Yep, we're based in Cleveland, Ohio. Pearl writes the poems for him. You ought to ask her to recite some.
Pearl, that's his wife. Let's ask about her.
Where is your wife, Dwayne?
Pearl? Oh, she's around, looking for bargains.
How long have you been married, Dwayne?
Hell, must be 30 years now.
I see. Shall we ask him about... So we can ask about the Nijo, for example.
Have you talked to Nijo?
Nijo? He's the youngster on that junk stand, right? Yeah, we've met him. He's a smart kid. Speaks 4 languages, and he's never had a day's formal education. He should go far. Kept trying to peddle garbage on us, though.
You're not going to find much worthwhile around here.
I know that, and you know that. But try telling Pearl. She reckons there's antiquities in them there stands.
Interesting. She is looking for something antique. Okay. We're going to ask about the Templars.
Do you mind if I ask you an odd question?
Okay, but I might not answer it.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
The Knights Templar?
Yep.
Nope. Nothing at all.
Well, you knew they were an order of knights.
What I know and what I say are 2 different things, boy. I haven't lasted as long as I have in this business without knowing that.
In this business?
Sure. The greetings card business.
Oh, please.
George is not really buying that. I think we can ask about all these things in the manuscript. We can ask about the woman looking at her face in the mirror.
I saw a medieval picture of a woman, royalty or nobility, something like that. She was looking in a mirror, but the reflection was of a man with 3 faces. What do you think of that?
I think you should be in therapy.
Really? What about the knight with the crystal ball?
Does the image of a knight holding a crystal ball mean anything to you?
Hell no. What would a knight want with a hunk of glass?
I don't know. That's the prob.
Hey?
What's wrong, boy?
It's not a crystal ball.
Hello?
It all came together in my head. What the conspirators had mentioned losing. The strange perspective of the manuscript. It's a lens.
You figured it out, George. Well, you must have figured out if you've been paying attention. They kept talking about a lens. What's this lens they're looking for? And then we have a manuscript of a knight holding a crystal ball. Not a crystal ball. That's a lens. They're looking for the lens that the knight in the script has in his hand. He's not holding a crystal ball. He's holding a lens. And that lens Klausner went looking for here in Syria. Let's ask about the bull. What about this bull? We had a gem and a tripod, but it was in between a man and a bull. Obviously the gem and the tripod led us to Marie, but what about this bull?
Do you think bulls have any significance around here?
Weird question, George. Nope, I don't think they have.
Nope, he doesn't. Has he seen Khan?
Have you seen this man before?
Maybe. Where'd you get it?
I just picked it up somewhere.
Sure. I'm always picking up photos of complete strangers and then asking around.
He took another
Ow,
picture.
Damn it!
There. I've got another picture of a complete stranger. Maybe I'll ask around about this one.
There's something fishy going on here. He said maybe he knows Khan. What about the name Muller?
Do you know the name Merlin?
Merlin,
Nope.
sorry. I said Muller again. I said it again. I will not stop saying Muller instead of Merlin. Because Thomas Muller is a famous soccer player. Never mind. What about the chalice?
What do you make of this chalice?
That looks old. Is it for sale?
Sorry.
Is it for sale? It seems like he needs to buy something old. Something antique. Okay.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it, George.
Alright. So we'll talk to his wife.
Hello. I was wondering whether you could help me.
Why, hi there, handsome. What can I do for you?
Hi, my name's George. I was just...
Well, it certainly is delightful to meet you, George.
I was...
My name's Mrs. Henderson, but you can call me Pearl, I'm sure.
Okay, Pearl. I was...
So nice to meet a friendly American face so far from home.
Pearl?
Yes, dear?
I was just wondering if you could help me.
Why, sure, precious.
That took some time. What about... So we ask her a question?
I've been talking to your husband, Dwayne.
Oh,
Yeah, he tells me that he runs a greeting card company and you write the poems that go in them.
oh, yes, indeed. I consider myself the artiste of the family. Tell me, George, would you like to hear one of my poems?
Yes or no? Truthfully, no. We're being honest, right? We're honest, George. Would George want to listen to a poem now? No.
Well, maybe not just for the moment.
Okay, George, you don't know what you're missing.
We don't really need a poem. So ask more questions about her?
So, tell me a little about yourself, Pearl.
Me? Oh, a gentleman's interest is always so flattering. Well, my husband and I run a greetings card company in a cute little place called Akron in Ohio.
Akron?
Cute? Little?
LeBron
Hold on.
James?
Didn't Dwayne say they were from Cleveland?
What was that, sweetness?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking out loud.
Interesting. Dwayne did say they were from Cleveland. But so funny. This game is 1996, Akron, Ohio. Not really famous back in this time, but if you say Akron, Ohio today, you sure know what it is if you're a mediocre fan of NBA. I mean, the kid from Akron, sorry, not Akron. LeBron James is one of the most famous basketball players ever. And they are from that same town. That's really quite peculiar. But but he said Cleveland. Let's ask about Dwayne.
I met your husband earlier. He's an interesting man.
That's why I married him.
Let's ask more about Dwayne.
You said that your company is based in Akron.
And Dwayne said it's in Cleveland, no doubt.
Well, yes, he did.
Dwayne was in the Marines in Vietnam, you know. Anyway, he got a medical discharge. Thing is, he gets confused. We moved away from Cleveland 5 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
He also gets a little paranoid. Thinks he's a spy or something.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, Pearl.
Don't worry yourself, George. We live with it.
so he might be completely cuckoo. We kind of got it from the conversation. What about Nijo?
Have you talked to the boy on the bric-a-brac stand?
Oh, you've met him? His name's Nijo, you know. Oh, he's just so cute, I could die. I'd love to bundle him up and take him back to Ohio.
He might not thank you.
I'm looking for something ancient, you know. Something to impress the folks back home. The poor boy was trying to do his best, but we still haven't found anything.
Is that an Ohio accent? Let's ask her about the Templars. Let's listen. I gotta listen to the accent a little bit more.
Have you ever heard of a group of knights called the Templars?
Sounds familiar. I remember. Dwayne had a book. The Holy Something and the Holy Something Else, I can't quite recall. I read a little of it.
And?
Seemed like a lot of hooey to me. Still, Dwayne loved it. Conspiracy theories appeal to his paranoia. He thinks the Freemasons shot Elvis from a grassy knoll. He gets might confused sometimes.
Not really. Is that I'm not sure that's a Midwestern accent. Isn't it more like one of the similar more to like a Tennessee one? No, I have no idea. But like in my I'm just completely guessing here. Someone, please correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe she's from another place and they live in Ohio now. Could be that. Just easily could be that. Let's ask about the guy working on the loom. We already know it's a clue for Spain, but still.
Do you know anything about medieval weaving?
I do a little needlework, but gosh.
It's okay. It was a long shot.
Shall we ask about Khan? Have you seen him?
Have you seen this man before?
No. A friend of yours?
No, not really.
Hell no. Hell no. What about Merlin?
Have you ever heard of anybody calling himself Merlin?
Merlin?
No, Merlin. Merlin. There's an O in there.
Moulin?
You haven't, have you?
No, darling. No Moulin.
Merlin's Merlin. I've said Merlin. Should say Merlin. Thomas Merlin. What about the chalice?
What do you think of this chalice?
Now that's really pretty.
She seems to like
I've got to
it.
go now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure, George. Don't be a stranger.
Let's just leave her and she seemed to want to get the chalice. By the way, if you think you can talk to this guy, we can't.
He didn't have anything that I needed.
And the same thing with this guy
The guy
here.
running the stand seemed pretty happy. People always want fruit.
We're not able to talk to him.
I wasn't hungry and didn't want to buy fruit.
Hmm.
So, I didn't start a conversation.
So, and Dwayne, we have already talked to him, and he seems cuckoo. Who's this over here? Oh, by the way, there's a big door here.
Marib looked pretty defendable with a high wall all around it.
It's an ancient place, right? This just goes around the corner. We just go back.
I figured going out into the countryside was a pretty good way to get lost.
That's a good point. Yeah, we're not going to the countryside yet. We need more information. And like I said, we can just walk around this building here and come. We would show up back up the west side here. But then there's an entrance here. And then what's going on over here?
The stallholder's face wasn't a great ad for running a kebab stand.
So it's a kebab stand.
The stand had kebabs dangling from the canopy. As a
Mhm.
marketing device, it lacked something.
And what's that?
It was a kebab stand, and an ugly one at that.
All right. So we get some kebab?
Close up, I could see flies love kebabs.
Yikes, maybe not. What about the guy? Should I talk to him?
Hi, what's your name, sir?
Hello, you buy kebab. Most good.
Ah, we're not getting any options, but we can show him our items. We can show the picture of Khan.
What do you make of this?
Buy kebab. Most good.
Ah, what about Merlin?
What do you think of this?
Buy kebab. Come to eat.
Oh. Shall we show him the challenge?
Does this mean anything to you?
No, you buy kebab.
Yeah, we're not really into
Well,
kebab.
Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Most good.
Yeah, we do not need kebab. Sorry. So we're not getting any information. The boy is obviously much smarter than this guy. And now we're up here, and seems to be a carpet. He's selling carpets here. Let's see.
The carpet seller looked craftier than the offspring of a fox and an insurance agent.
Yeah, not crafty. Hang on, what's this?
The carpet in the middle looked familiar somehow.
Sure as hell does. Look at this. It's
The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words Club Alamut.
that carpet is the exact same. It's the exact same symbol as the one on the matchbook. Let's talk to the guy.
Hi.
Hello, sir. Lovely carpet.
We can ask about Khan first, maybe?
Does this mean anything to you?
Yes, carpets, yes?
No, he's just talking about carpets. Well, what about the matchbook here?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Ah, give to me. Alamut.
Alamut. The club, yeah. Oh. And then he pulls the carpet away, and we now have an entrance. We can walk up these stairs. So he was hiding this entrance with the carpet, but we showed him the matchbook with the same kind of a symbol as on the carpet, and now we're able to go up these stairs, and we're going inside a building to the club Alamut, I'm guessing. Oh. And here we are. We're inside this club.
Many beneficent greetings, my most fortunate possible friend.
Wow.
Huh? Do I know you, mister?
No. No. And again I say, no. But, my friend, do you not see our mutual good fortune in this meeting?
How frank do you want me to be?
You are a traveler, yes?
Boy, you must be the world's greatest detective.
No. I am told that is Sherlock Holmes of the big forehead and slipper full of shag. I, as contrast, am world's greatest luxury taxi driver.
I can see where this is going.
I am Ultar, taxi driver and luxury guide per excellent. Yes.
This I had to hear.
All right.
Where does your heart desire to go? Simply mention the name to your obedient servant, and we shall fly there, swift as the eagle.
Oh, well, I don't really want to leave Marib yet, but I'm sure that if I do, you'll be the first to know.
Is good. You know where you want to go, you come to Ultar.
Thanks. See you around, Ultar.
Be having a pleasant day, full of shining experiences and happiness, my friend.
So, as we walked into this club, this guy here, Ultar, immediately started talking to us, probably because he saw we were a foreigner, and talked about being a taxi
I
driver.
don't know why, but I felt like I could trust this guy.
Oh, I see. He seems very positive, it seems like he's gonna definitely, he's being good to the potential customer, obviously, but George seems to trust him. And he was very nice and smiling when we immediately talked to us when we were in here. But this seems like a really nice club. But there's only that guy sitting by the bar. And then behind the bar, who's this?
The club manager's bonhomie seemed forced. Looking at the place, I could understand that. This is definitely not what they meant when they said the joint was jumping.
Let's look at the bar.
I was surprised to see alcohol on open sale in Syria. Then I realized this wasn't really open sale. And then I realized they weren't even alcoholic drinks anyway.
I have no idea. Syria, I don't think it's as... Is it as strict as in other countries when it comes to alcohol? I have no idea. Obviously, today's Syria, who the hell knows? But, anyways. I would wonder, I would probably think a person from Syria seeing a game like this would be far more entertaining than one of those Battlefield in Syria or whatever shooting game, mass terrorist game, whatever they could make about the situation today. It's just a thought, but yeah, I think this is probably a much nicer image we're getting. So we talked to the bartender.
Hi. Nice club you've got here. I was wondering if you could help me. What? I mean, I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, but I don't understand.
It's hard to
No
understand.
surprise there, alrighty. He says sorry, but he not speak English.
But he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
He not have tongue.
No
Eee.
tongue? What happened?
It was bet.
Oh,
And he lost.
He won. You should see other chappie. Oh, yes.
he lost the bet. No, he won the bet, but he lost his tongue. And the other chappie was probably even worse. Jesus. So we cannot really talk to this guy then. Okay. What about, what's this door over here? Let's see.
Damn, the door's locked.
The guy's pointing at us.
I'm sorry? Did you say something?
He say you not to go in toilet. Read sign, matey.
Matey?
It lose something in translation.
Matey. He's messing up the word mate, I suppose. But let's look at the sign then.
My Arabic, Russian, and Japanese have a lot in common. I can't read a word of any of them. The notice didn't mean anything to me.
Arabic, Russian, and Japanese? Those 3 languages? Too bad George's is me. I could read the Japanese, I think.
By staring hard at the notice and squinting, I discovered I couldn't understand a word of it.
So we're not able to read the sign, so maybe Ultar can help us. Shall we talk to him? Yeah, sure, why not?
Hello again, Ultar.
Great hellos, munificent foreigner, and possible future client.
Well, you never know. Would you mind talking to me?
Is most agreeable. This is how Ultar learned such splendid English, yes? Yes.
It's a funny character, I'll give him that. Isn't it? Very interesting way he's talking. So we have a lot of options we can talk about here. So I'll talk about the sign.
Could you tell me what that sign means?
It's a door stay shut until brush come back. Signed, the management.
Oh, well, what does that mean?
Manager buy lovely new toilet brush, leaves it by wash basin for 10 minutes. Come back, it been stolen. Not even out of wrapper. He damn cross. Lock up toilet and say, nobody use fine pristine toilet until brush given back. We say, what we do till then, eh? He say, cross legs and use superior willpower.
And that's what you've been doing?
No, Ultar use bucket.
Okay, so he's closed down. Okay, nobody can access the toilet because someone stole his brush. That's too bad. Now, we can ask a lot of questions about... a lot of questions. We can ask about Ultar himself.
This place is certainly hard to find.
No, wait, that's the bartender.
Oh, yes, it is most exclusive. The membership can be no more than... Kind sir, what would you guess the population of the village to be?
Gee, I don't know, a couple of thousand?
Then I would estimate the membership to be no more than a couple of thousand.
All right. So I'm guessing everyone in the village will get that matchbook then. Which means, but it's the matchbook that Khan had, so he must have been here before. Shall we ask about him? Sure, why not?
Have you seen this man before?
Oh, most certainly. Was here only yesterday.
Here? Yesterday?
Oh my
God, he's close.
Yes, he was asking lot of questions, just like you.
What did he ask about?
He asked about American called Stoby.
Stobart?
Yes, Stobart. You know him.
The killer knew my name.
Oh my god.
What else did he ask about?
He asked about German man called Klausner.
I tried to remember the name of the man the conspiracy had lost in Syria.
Was his name Klausner?
Sure, that is what Ultar said. Klausner. I told this man in the picture, Klausner wanted to go up to Bull's Head.
Hold on, he wanted to go where?
Bull's Head. Big hill, 10 mile out of town. Maybe 60.
When was that?
Oh, maybe a week ago.
We are getting a lot of information here just by showing the picture. So Khan was there yesterday asking about George Stobart, and then he was also asking about a German man named Klausner. No, Klausner, but Ultra was like, that's what I said. He's like being Peter Sellers, like in the Pink Panther. That is what I said, you fool. And then Bull's Head. Folks, I think we know what the bull means now in the manuscript. Let's ask about this bull's head.
What can you tell me about this Bull's Head Hill?
Is most magnificent, lovely views. Worth visiting, yes, by indeedity.
How do I get there? No. Let me guess.
You need fine luxury guide to take you there in air-conditioned taxi.
Yes.
Woe is me. Where can I find such a guide?
And Ultar is most luxurious guide for most literally some way, in any direction.
Gee willikers, lucky old me.
Are you desirous of my pleasant and luxuriant service?
Right? Bull's head. That has to be the clue in the manuscript. It's the gem and the tripod, and next to it is the bull. It has to be. And Klausner went there, so yes.
All right, let's go.
First, I regret the formalities. A trip to the Bull's Head... 50 Yankee dollars, please.
50
bucks? I don't have 50 bucks.
Oh, most unhappy event. Ultar then sorry, but he cannot take you on ride of lifetime.
Oh,
Hold on,
no.
Ultar. Is there nothing I could barter with you?
Word that it was so, beloved friend. But my taxi needs gas, and its muffler needs the muffler doctor. Trading for these things is not possible. My heart weeps for the injustice, but it's box or zip, or unfortunate American.
So we're not gonna go to Bull's Head without having. I don't even know. George went there only with credit cards. You don't have any cash on you. So that's a weird one. We can ask about the Americans.
Have you met the American couple?
Have Ultar met them? Have Ultar met them? Yes, Ultar have met them.
And?
They most ungenerous. Ultar offer to show them wonders of countryside. They say, is there anything ancient? Ultar say, yes, of course. Nature is ancient. They say, no, anything ancient made by men. And Ultar say, have you seen Taxi? Fan belt older than Ozymandias. But they gone.
Okay, so they're looking for something ancient. I see. We can ask about Nijo.
What do you make of that boy in the market, Nejo?
Nejo? Ha! Ayub's boy is too big for sandals. I speak splendid English and he laugh. He say, Ultar, you big ox, you split infinitive. I say, I split your head if you stay still long enough. Ho, 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 ho. Pretty funny, yes?
Hilarious. You should be on cable.
So he can be mean maybe if he's puss. We can ask about this guy here who's the kebab seller.
What do you know about the kebab seller?
A most miserable man. Ultar say, cheer up, matey mate, it might never happen. And he say, shut up, Ultar.
Fancy that.
Not at all. Arto has face like the drizzle that falls on the midweek afternoon. Whatever that is.
I was wondering, that's quite the description, and then he says whatever that is. He's just been picking up the... Let's ask about the Templars.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
Of course.
Yes? What can you tell me?
Great she-bop band of the 60s.
No, that's not really...
Who put the bop in the bop, 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 bop?
Yeah, eternal questions.
All right, so there's still the option with Bullseye, but we need $50. So how are we going to get $50? So we sell it. We're not going to sell the chalice, obviously. We need to use that in sort of the Lost Knights. But yeah, I don't know. Does he know the name?
Have a look at this.
Shiny.
No, he just says shiny. All right, there's nothing we can do with him then. Let's. We need $50. Do you think the Americans might have any money? Let's leave then.
See you around, Ultar.
Fare you most splendid, good sir.
All right. Let's leave. So, it's quite the mystery going on here. There's a toilet brush that has been stolen, so nobody can use the toilet at Club Almond. Then there's this taxi driver who talked about Bull's Head. Hello, Bull. Manuscript Bull, that has to be the place. But he needs $50. So we need to give him $50. If we want to access the toilet, we need to find the toilet brush. We know there are Americans down there that want ancient stuff, so we need to maybe get them ancient stuff to get $50. It could be that. But what about the toilet brush? In fact, what is this? Let's look at the kebab seller a little bit more.
Suddenly, I realized the horrific truth. The guy was basting the kebabs with a toilet brush. It may never have seen the inside of a toilet bowl, but it was still hardly appetizing.
There it is. That's the toilet brush.
It was a kebab stand, and an ugly one at that.
Oh, we already did that. So we asked the guy, hey, you have the toilet brush. What does he say?
Hello
then?
again, sir.
Hello. Kebab? Yes.
We do not get the option to say he has the toilet brush. All right, so we're not going to be able to do anything about that.
Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Most good.
Okay. Let's see. So let's
Hi there, Dwayne.
Dwayne again. Let's talk to Dwayne and see if...
Hi there, George. How can I help you, young fella?
Can we get $50 from you? We can ask about Bull's Hill.
Have you ever heard of a hill called the Bull's Head?
Can't say as I have. Where's that?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out.
Bull's Head, huh? I must remember that. Sounds scenic.
Probably is. Bull's Head. We can ask about the kebab guy.
Have you had any dealings with the kebab seller?
Absolutely not. Pearl's already had one attack of Montezuma's revenge.
What about, shall we ask about Ultar?
Have you met Ultar?
Almost luxurious air-conditioned taxi ride, mister.
Yeah, the cabbie.
Tried to pull a bunco on us. Take us on a wild goose chase off into nowhere.
We are not able to ask him about Akron and Cleveland, so none of that stuff.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it, George.
All right. What about, can we talk to Nijo? Let's talk to Nijo again.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello again, sir. And how may I help you this time?
We got a lot of options here. We're going to ask about the Americans, Ultar, and the kebab seller. Shall we talk about the kebab guy? You know, he has the brush, right?
Who's the guy selling the kebabs?
Oh, that's Arto. A miserable blighter to be sure, sir.
He doesn't seem very happy.
He never is. Day in, day out, a face like a wet Wednesday. Whatever one of those is.
Does he speak any English?
Not cogently, no.
Another one. Someone just dug up a phrase, used it, and has no idea what it means. Let's ask him again about the kebab seller.
Look, this is going to sound a bit strange, but I need Arto's brush.
What? The brush he bastes the kebabs with?
Yes.
Let me find some dirty postcards for you instead.
Nijo, this is serious. Arto stole that brush he's using from a friend, and I want to get it back.
Perhaps I could help you, old chap. Maybe? Perhaps?
Maybe what? Perhaps what?
I do not wish to seem mercenary, sir, but I am a merchant, and merchants trade.
Oh.
Merchant? This isn't Sears and Roebuck here.
Well, if you're going to be disagreeable...
No, you're right. What would you like?
What have you got?
Oh, so we need to trade stuff with him. Well, what about the buzzer? We're not using it
Here,
anymore.
shake hands, Nijo.
I'd rather not, sir. At least not while you've got that shake and shock buzzer clumsily concealed in your palm.
Doesn't seem to want that.
Oh, you noticed.
Outlawed in 3 separate arms limitation conventions, those are.
Really? The clown nose?
A comedian. No surprise there.
No. Nothing else. Red ball?
What do you think of this, eh?
Oh, sir, what a splendid plaything.
Hello.
One day, when I am rich, I am going to build a world-renowned collection of brightly colored balls.
Are you serious?
In deadly earnest. People will come from far and wide to see my
Yes?
collection. The Rockefellers
See
and
my
the Gettys can keep their hoards of so-called fine art. But answer me this. What good is a Picasso, I ask you, if you cannot bounce it off a wall?
You may have a point.
Sir, for such a marvelous thing, I would gladly help you.
I thought merchants were supposed to be wily and never reveal what they really want.
Bah! I say to mercantile greed. I have the soul of the aesthete, and I desire that red bouncy thing beyond reason. Do you understand?
Not really. If I give you the...
I've already told you. I'll help you if you give me the ball. What's it to be?
He says he's gonna help. Do we need the ball? Not really. So yes, sure, why not?
All right, here you go.
People say bad things about Americans, but you're okay in my book.
What people? What bad things?
Never mind that now. Remember the brush?
Right,
Yes, the brush.
All you have to do with Arto is be polite. It lightens his day, makes it all worthwhile for him again.
How can I be polite to the guy when I can't speak a word of Syrian?
Arabic.
That's what I meant.
Simply memorize this phrase. Il-ach il-kalb.
Il akal kalb.
Close enough. Now, go over to Arto and deliver those honeyed words even unto his delicate ear. He won't be able to do enough for you.
Really?
Really.
Shall I ask about what it means? What we are supposed to say?
What exactly does il akal kalb mean?
A polite but subtly complimentary greeting. He won't be able to do enough for you.
It's a very interesting way. Like, I would say a really nice greeting and he will just give me a brush. When I ask about Ultar.
I met an interesting guy earlier, a cab driver.
Ah, that would have to be Ultar, a barbaric sort of chap.
Oh, he's not that bad.
You know how he speaks in Pidgin English? That's how he speaks in Arabic too.
Alright, that's interesting. What about Dwayne and the Americans, Dwayne and Pearl?
What do you know about that couple?
Oh, they're American.
Is that all?
The chap's a little odd. As for the lady, it's a funny thing, but I get the impression she's a lot cleverer than she's letting on.
Interesting. Well,
so long, Nijo.
Let's say goodbye.
Toodle-pip, sir.
We got our ball. Gave him his ball, the ball to him, so now he can enjoy playing with the ball while we go to the guy who's using the brush there and say this nice greeting to him.
Hello again, sir.
Hello. Kebab? Yes?
Alright. Nijo said this nice greeting will help us get the brush, so let's say it.
Il akul kalb?
Alright. Angry face.
Filthy! Bad! I kill you!
Whoa! Calm down! Feet, do your thing.
Feet, do your thing. He's running away. The guy picks up a knife. He's running after George. George escaped through the entrance there. And he's now back up here. What just happened? The guy just snapped and said, filthy bad. He was going to just kill us. Is it okay to go back down there? So we're safe, just in case. Let's just go down there and see what happens. Oh! Look at that. There's no brush there. Is it possible that Nijo played a dirty trick on us? It's not possible, it is. What happened? There he is. Let's talk to him.
Hi, Nijo. What the heck did you tell me to tell him?
Patience, sir.
Patience? Patience? I've been chased by a homicidal kebab seller, and you expect me to be patient?
But consider, sir, while you were running from the irate Arto wasn't using the brush.
Hold on. Are you telling me that I've been used as a diversionary tactic?
Your brush, sir.
There is the brush.
I can't believe that you put me on that kebab seller's death list for a toilet brush.
The ends justify the means, sir.
Yeah, but I noticed it wasn't your butt that was on the line, though.
They also serve who only stand and wait, sir.
Oh, spare me.
Alright, at least we have the toilet brush here.
Thanks for getting the brush and risking my life to do it.
Anytime. Glad to be of service.
Alright.
See you around, Nijo.
Ta-ta for now, sir.
You take care, Nijo. We're gonna then, well... What happens if we bring the brush back to the bartender? Maybe he'll give us $50 for finding it for him? And then we can pay Ultar? For a taxi... Ride with the taxi to, bullshit? How long have I played so far? I'm not close to the... I forgot to put a timer on again. if possible, I want to do Marie just in one episode, but we'll see. We'll see how long this will take. All right, so here we are back at the bar. So I'm guessing we should probably show the owner the bus. Here it is.
Hello again, friend. There wasn't much point in trying to launch an in-depth conversation when I couldn't speak Arabic and he couldn't speak. Period. Well, I did know a few words of Arabic, but doubted the wisdom of using them. Here's your brush, sir. It wasn't easy getting it back.
Excuse me. Oh, he put some keys on the table and then left.
The manager took the brush from me, gave me the toilet keys as my reward, and stomped off.
Oh, he's gone.
What was all that about?
Manager, he say, bah, look at state of this. Need much cleaning and detergent before go around my, you bend.
You said all that?
Body language account for much, you know? Oh, yes, indeedy.
Body language. All right, we got the keys for the toilet then. Shall we open? We will pick the key. Use the keys to open into the bathroom. Excuse me. Is there something there that we need? Let's see. There's a towel here. What happens if we play with a towel? Nothing particular. It just pulls it down.
It was a roller towel dispenser.
Can we possibly open it with the key? We can. That would mean we could probably take the towel out. That we can. We were able to take out the towel there. Alright. Then there is the bathroom. Let's see, there's a small toilet here.
And I thought the French had strange toilets.
There's a chain.
The design of the toilet was a little different from what I was used to. But a toilet chain is a toilet chain all over the world.
That's true. What happens if we pull it?
Oops.
Oops. We just took the chain. Let's look at the
It was
photo.
the short length of chain I'd taken from the toilet at the Club Alamat.
Alright, so we have a toilet chain and we have a towel now.
It was a length of coarse gray toweling from the toilet at the Club Alamat.
Right. And then there's a small mirror here.
The mirror was as clean as anything else in there.
Which is probably not that clean. Alright, we kind of ransacked the bathroom, I suppose. So now let's just get out. Let's see what we can do next. Alright. Is there anything we can talk to Ultra about? I don't think so. We didn't get any money for the brush, so we need to get money. 50 American dollars. It's obvious that the Americans would have some American dollars on them, so we need to get them to give us some money. Give their money to us. We need $50. Help us, please. Alrighty then. Let's go head this way. Back downstairs. And see if there isn't anything. Maybe Nicho has something on sale. Maybe there's something else he can give us. Let's find out. Oh! Look at that. He's playing with a ball. And he's throwing it at the door. Wait a second. What if we would push the bell? Then the ball would probably bounce around, right? Yeah, it's bouncing on the shelf. Back again. Back in Nijo's hand. And then the dad goes back inside. Bounced on the shelf. Hang on. If we touch this cat, he will get angry and jump on the shelf. And then if we touch this bell, the bouncing ball ends up on the shelf, bouncing on the shelf. The cat loses his mind, and the statue drops, and the father took the ball away, and now the statue is no longer in the stand, it's just laying here.
The fall hadn't done the statuette much good. It had lost its arms and gotten pretty chipped.
Oh, so the statue doesn't look that good now. So look at the statue that we just picked.
The statuette looked pretty sorry for itself after its fall, chipped with both arms broken off.
Is the statue antique? Let's talk to Nijo here.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello again, sir. And how may I help you this time?
We can ask about the ball.
What happened to your ball, Nijo?
I regret to say that it has been confiscated by my father.
Oh, Nijo, I'm sorry.
Not to worry, sir. Soon he will forget why he has the ball and put it on the stand, at which point I shall recover it.
I'm sorry about the statuette being broken as well.
Again, do not fret, sir. It has been on the shelf for a long time. As merchandise, it did not have legs.
Now
I
it
see.
hasn't got any arms either.
Very droll, sir.
Does he want the statue back?
May I have this statuette? It is broken after all.
Certainly. And when my father deals with that feline for breaking it, you can have a Davy Crockett hat as well.
Ha ha ha. It was the cat's fault. That's true. Alright, does he want a chain?
What does this toilet chain mean to you?
Are you building a bathroom in easy installments?
No, not really. Does the towel mean anything?
I borrowed this from the Club Alamut.
How nice for you.
Never mind.
So long, Nijo.
Toodle pip, sir.
So, the statue, is it ancient? Could we sell it to Pearl?
Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hello, George. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
Let's see. Oh, we can ask about Bull's Head.
Have you ever heard of a hill called the Bull's Head?
No. No, I haven't. Is it nearby?
I'm not sure.
Sounds awful romantic. The Bull's Head Hill.
Let's ask about the phrase Il al Kalb.
Do you know what Il Akal Kalb means?
My, sounds romantic.
Yeah, I don't think it is, though.
Let's ask about the kebab seller.
Have you had anything from the kebab stand?
Heavens, no, with my digestion.
Yeesh. What about Ulzar?
Have you met the taxi man Ultar?
Heavens, yes. What a big man. Very muscular.
But you didn't go for a ride.
Why, George, you're absolutely the most... Oh, you mean a taxi ride? No, Dwayne wasn't interested, so it didn't happen.
Wayne wasn't. What about the statue? Is it antique?
Are you
enough?
interested in antiquities?
Am I? What have you got there, George?
How about this fine statuette?
Oh, George, that'd be ideal, except, I don't know. It looks new, George. You wouldn't be trying to make a fool out of me, would you, George?
Good God, no, Pearl. Nothing could be further from my mind.
It looks new.
I've got to go now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure, George. Don't be a stranger.
It's not looking old enough.
The statuette looked pretty sorry for itself after its fall, chipped with both arms broken off.
What could make it look older? What do we have here that could make it look older? Hey?
It was the soggy tissue I'd found in the sewers.
Soggy tissue with some grease paint? Could that help out? It could. Look. He's now
The
covering...
plaster seemed to soak up the grease paint until it began to look like stone.
So it is a plastic statue that now has... Oh, yeah. Soaked up the grease and now it looks like stone? Let's look at it again.
The grease paint had worked magic. Now it looked like aged marble instead of cheap plaster.
Very interesting. Starting to look ancient. I doubt that this would work in real life, but hey.
Hello
it's
again,
a video
Pearl.
game.
Why, hello, George. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
What about this statue, Pearl?
What do you think of this fine piece of ancient statuary?
Oh, Matt, that's just what I've been looking for. Just one thing, though.
Oh?
It looks awful similar to that modern one you showed me.
Well, that's because... You see, that's because the first one I showed you
was a modern copy of this one. And I sought out the artist who'd done the copy and bought the original. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, George, how can you ever forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive, believe me. Would you like it?
Would I ever? I'm not carrying the money, though. If you go and find Dwayne, he'll pay you for it. If he gives you any trouble, just tell him that I want it.
Hook, line, and sinker. He was completely
I've got to go
fooled.
now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure, George. Don't be a stranger.
That was quite the bullshit story that it was so freaking obvious that he was lying, but hey, we managed to deceive her. So now let's talk
Hi
to
there,
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Hi there, George. How can I help you, young fella?
We can ask about Il Kalp.
Do you know what Il Akal Kalb means?
That's what you said to the kebab seller? No. I don't speak Arabic. Not a word.
Huh? But why would he understand? Why would he laugh? Why would he get it? There's something really weird going on with Dwayne. Let's show him the statue.
What do you think of this?
Good gravy. Looks old.
Yeah, I had to turn this town upside down.
Boy, your luck's better than ours. Looks Roman.
I wouldn't know.
What'll they say back home? How much do you want, George?
Oh, I couldn't. It's the find of a lifetime. I mean,
$50. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it. Here you go.
And there we go. We have fooled Dwayne to buying our
And here you go.
statue. And we're getting 50 bucks.
Thanks for the money, Dwayne. This'll come in real handy.
I ought to be thanking you for finding this Roman statuette.
Oh. You will be surprised what happens.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it, George.
Alright, let's go up the stairs again. So we can now go to the club, talk to Ultar, and show him the 50 bucks and say, hey, Ultar, take us to Bull's Head. We have to get to that hill. We have to do, I want to, like I said, I want to do Marib in this. This is the Marib episode, so let's try to get to Bull's Head and finish our business there, whatever that business is. You'll see. You'll soon see. Ultar! Here we are back at the club, and now we'll go up to Ultar. This fine-looking,
Hello again,
strong chap.
Ultar.
Praise be to Allah. I am blessed with your bountiful presence once more.
All right. We can ask him about Il Kalp.
What does Il Akal Kalb mean?
Kalp.
Who teach you that?
Nejo told me to say it to Arto.
And Arto come after you with big knife, yes?
Yeah,
He
how did you
predicted that.
know?
I know Arto. You tell him in bad Arabic that his kebab's made from dog meat.
Ew.
I said he was using dog food? No wonder he went crazy.
No. Ultar not mean meat for dog. Ultar mean meat of dog.
Oh. Ugh.
That's even worse. Dog meat? That's terrible. Anyways, Bull's Head. We want to go.
About Bull's Head Hill.
Are you desirous of seeing this most splendid place?
Well, maybe.
A terrific bargain. Only 50 of your Yankee bucks.
50, huh?
We have 50 bucks, so why not?
Okay, it's a deal. Here's the cash.
Ah, most splendid. As you say, the cash price mullah is correct. Mister, we make with haste.
Where exactly is your taxi? Because the only vehicle I can see around here is an aging Army surplus truck.
Yes?
Ah.
Hmm?
Okay, I'll be along in a minute.
Aging army surplus. Army truck.
It didn't seem right to take off with the toilet keys, so I left them on the bar.
So George leaves the keys of the toilet at the bar, and he leaves the club. And now we're back outside, and we're by this old army truck.
Hello again, Ultar.
And Ultar is there.
His most splendid and adventurous client.
Let's ask about the truck.
That's your taxi?
Oh, yes, most assuredly. most entirely splendid taxi in all Marib.
It looks like an old army truck to me.
Bah! You Americans with your checkerboard caps and your Judd Hirsches. You have lost sight of what a taxi should truly be.
About 4 tons by the look of it.
There, you have hit the nail in the nutshell.
Okay already, let's go.
Regrettably not, most esteemed fair. There is a minor problem of a tiny nature.
Hey?
The fan belt has taken it upon itself to break.
So, what are you gonna do?
What can I do? I must wait for a ride to the garage for a replacement.
How long is that gonna take?
1 day, maybe 6.
I can't wait that long. We gotta get moving.
But how, my friend?
I'll think of something.
Something to use in... Yeah, we need to replace the belt. Well, the one that looks the most like the belt is this towel here.
Is this any use to you?
My friend, the very thing, yes.
That's the thing.
Ultar took the towel from me, cut it in 2 lengthways, and gave me half back. With his half, he did the kind of fan belt replacement that's normally done with stockings.
Now, if I knot the ends together, so... Serviceable, yes? Very serviceable indeed.
Stockings might work on a Bentley, but on a truck, the coarse toweling did the job nicely.
Come along, my friend. You want to see the bull's head? Yes?
All right. The car has been fixed. New fan belt with that towel, and there he's off. We're out of the city. And we're driving this road here, rocky road. A lot of rocks and mountains. And what was that in the background there? We're heading up this road. Obviously it's a small animation now. Cutscene. And here we are. That hill looks like a bull's head. And now George is going on foot by himself. And here we are on this hill that looks like a bull's head. And that seems like to be a gaping mouth. And now we're on top of it. Later that afternoon. That's interesting. It took us quite a while, I guess, to walk up this hill. So, folks, this has to be what the manuscript was referring to with the bull. We had the gem, the tripod that pointed us to Marib. We're in Marib, and that's where the bull makes sense.
A young tree grew at the edge of the drop.
Yeah, there's a young tree here. I wonder what happens if I pick something from the tree. Always these large things that he can just easily put in his jacket pockets. The T-shaped tool. This let's see.
The stick I'd broken off was
yeah.
surprisingly hard and inflexible.
And the chalice, and then the chain, and the T-shaped tool is the one that's ridiculous. What's this over here?
Centuries of hot days and cold nights had opened a crack in the cliff edge.
All right.
Deep into the living rock.
Interesting. Can we go down here? Nope. It seems like we're not able to get down there without a rope or some kind. Can we use something to connect with the stick? I guess we still have part of the towel here.
It was the roller towel from the club washroom, now cut in half along its length by Ultar.
I think we can use that. What should we connect it with? Shall we connect it with the stick we just picked? Yep.
With a flourish, I tied the end of the towel to the stick with a textbook reef knot.
So now we can probably use that here in this crack.
I could see that crack would make a good anchor point.
Very good, George. Roll the towel down. The stick should stay put there. Shall we try to climb down now with the rope?
That looked really safe. But I had no choice. I hadn't anticipated going mountaineering when I'd come to Syria.
Well, we didn't know that the bull was actually this huge hill that looked like a bull's head. but yeah. That was the case. So what's this? There seems to be a really flat, weird-looking rock here. And then there's a small hole here.
Close up, the niche looked somehow artificial.
Has someone created it? Let's look through the hole.
I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in there. But there was something in there. A metal ring. As wide as my hand.
There's a metal ring in there. Folks, we need to save. Why? Because we could die. Let's look through the hole. Let's observe the hole again.
So, there was a metal ring in the niche. It seemed like another calling card from the Templars.
It definitely saved, right? Once again, save. Just to be sure. JLR Podcast Network save. Alright, let's pull this ring.
I took a firm hold of the ring. And pulled. Whoa there!
Look, it was a sliding door. Sliding? Well, it went up. So it's definitely artificial. I don't know how that got moved like that. But, so now we're in this hallway here.
Around the corner, I found the corpse.
Around the corner, there's a corpse.
Oh my God. Klausner? Large as life and twice as dead.
Oh no.
I'd hardly had time to accept the fact when I heard the door mechanism start up again. Oh man, no! The door had slammed shut, trapping me.
Oh no.
I had a bad feeling about how Klausner had died.
Oh no. So as we entered this cave here, this artificially built cave, we found the body of Klausner, and he's just been rotting away, I suppose. Probably died here of starvation. And then the door closed, and now we're stuck. Yikes. Well, we can look around here. What's this?
The work that had gone into this place was impressive.
It is.
I had to hand it to the Templars. When they built a secret cave, they built a quality secret cave.
Interesting.
Without explosives or a pickaxe, there wasn't a whole bundle I could do to the brickwork.
No, we have no firepower to open the door, I think. Let's see. There's a statue here. What is this statue here?
A stone head bearing 3 bearded faces. It was a strange image, but a powerful one, redolent with antiquity and ancient mysteries.
3 hideous faces.
Sure was an ugly one, though.
Ugly one, yes, but 3 hideous faces, like the reflection in the mirror. What could it be?
I couldn't think of anything to do with the statue, apart from scaring small children with it.
It's too big and he's not going to pick it up, but yeah, interesting. Let's look at Klausner here.
Without getting too close, I couldn't see any marks of violence, apart from his fingertips being scraped raw. And that seemed self-inflicted.
Oh.
Klausner had been pretty smart to get this far, but he was still dead.
Poor Klausner. He kind of looks like an Indian. He looks like he's dressed up like Indiana Jones, but yeah, the poor guy must have just died inside here. So it was not the assassin. It was not the Syrian. What's his name? Khan. He probably died by himself. Shall we look if he has something?
Okay, all right. Hey, what's this?
We're looking through
I found some kind of lens. A very old lens made from a very hard glass. That settled it. The knight on the manuscript had been holding a lens the whole time, not a crystal ball.
So that's it. We went through his pockets and we found this lens here.
It was the lens that I'd found on Klausner's body.
So the crystal ball is not a crystal ball, it's a lens. So the knight is holding a lens. What could it mean? We have the lens, but what could that lead us to? We already know that the gem and the tripod lead us to Marib, and then the bull was obviously this bull's head, but what are these clues here? We have the lens, we have the statue of the three hideous faces, which is the reflection in the mirror, the woman's reflections in the mirror in the manuscript. But what's this here on the wall?
Up on the wall was an inscription, partially eroded by the ages.
It's an interesting inscription.
Something, something, in accidenta sita est, in ora mundi.
In Occidente.
The Latin was clear enough, but what did it mean?
The mouth's opening. It must be Ultar. My God, if he comes in, we'll both be trapped. Ultar! Don't come in! It's a
the
trap!
door get open.
Stay where you are!
George runs towards the entrance, and
You!
it is Khan.
Hello, Mr. Stobart. We meet in the most unusual places.
The third meeting.
Please, do not make any sudden moves. I have no
Fourth,
desire to
technically.
maim you.
Did you say maim?
I did. Dead men tell no tales, as you say. And I want to hear everything that you have to tell me.
And what if I don't want to talk?
Then I shall, most regrettably, have to kill you. Rest assured, however, that I am an excellent shot you would not suffer.
Oh, that's good. Believe me, I'm really assured.
It is rather dark in here. I think we should conduct our business outside.
Why should I make myself an easier target?
If I fire at you, Mr. Stobart, I shall hit you even in here. But, unfortunately, my marksmanship will suffer. It could be the difference between hitting you in the leg or the groin.
Boy, it sure is hot in here.
No sudden moves, Mr. Stobart.
Okay, so he's pointing this gun at us, and he's telling us to get out. And he threatened to shoot us in the groin if we didn't basically
Now
comply.
then,
All right,
where shall we start?
we're outside.
How about being bosom buddies and you putting that gun away?
Klausner, do you know where he is?
All right, so this time it's not even yes or no, it's angel and devil. So I'm guessing angel is being truthful and telling the truth, and then devil is like lying and not saying. Like I said, we're truthful George in this game, so we'll tell the truth. We're in the angel. By the way, we're standing close to the edge of the bull's head, and he's Khan is aiming his gun at us, and yeah, it doesn't look good. But let's just tell the truth. We found Klausner inside.
Yep, he's dead. Just around the corner of the cave. You want to look?
I'll take your word for it. How did he die?
Starvation or dehydration by the look of it.
No,
He was caught in this trap you were shouting about. Yes, I suspected as much. The Templars were not ones to give away their secrets lightly. Was he carrying anything of importance?
well, we can tell the truth once again instead of lying. And yeah, he was carrying the lens.
Yeah, he was carrying some sort of lens. I've got it with me.
Give it to me.
I don't think so.
Don't be a fool, Mr. Stobart.
If I give it to you, what's to stop you killing me?
What is to stop me killing you anyway?
You might hit the lens.
Not if I shoot you in the head.
When I fall, the lens might get broken.
Yes. You plead convincingly, Mr. Stobart. Perhaps you will live to see another day. Perhaps. Was there anything else?
Was there anything else? It's still, again, the angel option or the devil option. So the angel will be telling the truth. And there is something else. There is that weird map-looking thing in Architesta. What was it? In Archidenta? Dust? I'm not going to talk Latin if I don't even know the damn language. Let's just tell the truth.
Well, there was something in Latin up on the wall.
What did it say?
In accidenta sita est, in ora mundi.
Archidenta, see that?
Ah, the words of Caesar. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I know that roughly it means to the west, to the edge of the world.
To the west.
But what the heck is that about?
It tells me where the sword of Baphomet lies. Mr. Stobart, I am sure that you are just what you appear to be. A gifted amateur.
Thanks, I think.
But I can no longer tolerate your interference. There is far more at stake than you realize. I cannot risk you inadvertently helping my enemies.
So what are you gonna do?
I regret that we must end this here and now.
What exactly do you mean?
I am a professional. You will feel no pain.
Oh, man. You're gonna kill me?
Your only choice now is whether you die like a man or like a dog.
So we have the choice of just being a man, George Stobart, or a dog. Do you want to die like a dog? I don't think so. Let's just take it as a man.
Okay, you're the boss. I'll take my medicine.
You are an honorable man, Mr. Stobart, a rare breed. I should like to shake your hand.
Shake my hand?
Yeah. Well,
Shake!
what the heck?
Shake! Shake hands!
It was a long way down.
Long way down.
Below, I could see Ultar's truck.
Ultar's truck down. It's down. Shake our hand. What about using the besser? We buzzed him, and then we punched him, and let's hop off. Oh, we're hopping down. Oh, Ultar's truck. The Ultar's truck broke the landing. We went through what was over the ceiling. What was that? It's just
Luckily, the canopy on Ultar's truck broke my fall.
Thank goodness for that.
The worst part of the experience was Ultar's driving.
What about the lens? Is it still in one piece?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again, Josh.
Really? Well, I have to
we're
say,
back in Paris, by
I'd
the
have
way,
enjoyed
talking to
Syria
Nico.
a lot more if you'd been there.
I wouldn't have been much help. Anyway, you did just fine on your own.
Wow. So that really happened quickly. The guy wanted to shake our hand because we've been so honest with him, told him the truth that he thought we were an honorable man. So before he would kill us, he said, "I would like to shake your hand." And obviously, that buzzer really helped us. And then as we shook his hand and then gave him the electric shock, George immediately punched him in the face. Then he, like he said, saw Ultar's taxi down there and then took a jump, leap of faith. And the canopy of the top of the Ultar's the taxi broke the fall. George survived. Khan was shooting, but we escaped, and now we have this lens here.
Have you any idea what this lens might be used for?
As a magnifying glass, obviously.
Magnifying glass. That's interesting. It is something connected with the night. What could it be? Let's ask about shall we check just check the, before I finish for tonight, because my goal was to finish Marib, and we did that. We're back in Paris, obviously. Let's just check the Templar manuscript once more.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Right. George sits down by the table. And here is the manuscript. And now we have the option to talk about the statue we saw in Syria.
That's the face of the statue I saw at the bull's head.
Okay, so that face is in the mirror.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
Very interesting. And that's the statue we saw in this cave in Marib and at Bull's Head. Obviously, if we press the bull...
That's the clue that led me to the bull's head in Syria.
That it did. The loom was obviously for Spain.
That's the clue that led me to Spain.
And now we have the knight. The Vasconcelos knight, and he's not holding a crystal ball but a lens, right?
The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. And that's not a crystal ball. It's the lens I found in Marib.
What does it all mean? We already, the Gem and the Tribal, we already know what they did. They did their part. They led us to Marib. They led us to Bull's Head. That, well, like I said, the statue of this, the 3 hideous faces, and the map that's according to Khan, leads us to the Sword of Baphomet. And then the lens and the chalice, all these things, what are we going to do with them? Let's just leave and say goodbye to Nico.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
And there we are. Off again. Folks, I'll end it here tonight. This will be the 8th episode. It was dedicated to Marib, Syria. And I heard something about, no, honestly, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it. Being... some people are just way too sensitive these days. But honestly, that's probably the best... the best... I've no other idea of how Syria is portrayed in any other media. I'm guessing these days not really kindly. But in this game in 96, hey, there were probably not a lot of games that had an interesting storyline, interesting action going on in Syria. So I wonder what Syrians, if there's any Syrians out there, what do you think about this game? And the mission we just did in Syria. I'm saving once more. I've been double saving all night. Never mind. So we'll end it here. So Marib, we found a lot of clues. We found the lens for the night. And then we found the statue that is the same as the reflection in the mirror, the three hideous faces. And then a map that talks about to the west, the edge of the world. Khan says that's where the Sword of Baphomet is. What does it all mean? What on earth are we going to do with the chalice or this lens? Where will it all lead? Well, tune in for the next episode of Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars. Walk through and review. That's terrible. And then we'll find out more what will happen next. This is all very exciting, isn't it? Where is this going? But one thing's for sure. It's pretty exciting, isn't it? I hope it is. All right, that's it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.